Thank you. Alright, thank you for the warm welcome, thank you. Very pleased, orders. Hello and welcome to the last episode of the Harry Hughes Show's Who Wants to Be a Billionaire. And please welcome, I've got two guests with me. He's either been on last week's show, and now the man who's a billionaire and a millionaire, he's back. Please welcome Ben Collett as Ben Nursery 34 and Joe Kisses. Hi Hardy. Say hello, boys.
Hello everybody, hello.
Hello, you've heard me as the fastest ever, freaking heck.
See, everyone's cheering for you guys. God, they're cheering. Yeah, it's going to be a great party. All right, audience. All right. Thank you. Right. Now, as you notice, it's the last show, episode 10 on series 3, I think. Series 3, episode 10. So, now on last week's show, we had a special guest because you was off, Ben, weren't you? You was off then. Yeah, you were too bad. You were off last week. So we're in replacing. We had the scary and dramatic, nerve-breaking Joanne and Kit. He came on the show last week and he did quite well. Apart from when he did something on part 1 which was completely and utterly incorrect.
Fail.
Yes. And he was quite shocked about that. Wasn't you, Joe?
I bet Joe's face was, oh hell no.
I bet, yeah, Joe Huntingkins was shocked, wasn't you, Joe?
Yeah, I was shocked that I didn't got a billion points.
Yeah.
I bet you.
But you nearly had the 1 billion points last week, didn't you, Joe?
Nearly did. I nearly did.
No.
But then, Joe.
Well, he was doing some for himself and one for you.
He was doing well, but then he got to a hard question, which I couldn't even answer to.
Yes, of course, I'm sure he is. But it was been quite extraordinary on the last week's show, Ben. Talking about that, how are you feeling, Ben? Because you was ill last week. You did.
I wasn't ill.
Where were you? Where were you?
I was around my grandma's.
How was you? Oh, did you have a good time?
We were on. Back time home. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, well you're back to the show now. Back to the basics. You with me with the questions and you answering them. Okay. So guys, we was gonna get Andrew Marmot on the show, but he could be our expert. But one of our experts, who's online, who has Skype, one of our friends might be online. They'll be standby, so we'll just see if we can get some. But let's get on with the game on the last show because this is a big wild party tonight. This is.
He's Spanish.
Who's Spanish?
You know, Lito the cat. Someone's trying to talk to him.
Yeah, but we're in the middle of a live show then. Can we deal with this later?
Yeah, 1 minute.
No, Andrew Marmo, okay?
I think Andrew Marmo's too late to come on the show.
Yeah, he was too late. He wasn't online. But luckily, I managed to get these checks for the last show, so I could write your names on them.
You owe me a lot of checks, Harry.
Yeah, of course, we have a lot of checks. There's hundreds of them. And there could be your names on it. If you do quite well, guys. So, should we get on with the game?
Yes.
Joe? Yeah, of course. Right, but before we get started, let's just get over the position. Like, you're 10 questions away from 1 billion points as Joe Huntingkins nearly won, but then we had a bit of a nerve breaking, but we've got 10 questions, 1 billion points. We've only had 2 millionaires, not million. I don't know why this always happens to me. I always keep getting bloopers and I never stop drinking before the show. It's just always not absolutely right. So, 10 questions, 1 billion points. And you remember all your lifelines. You got a 50-50. You got switch. ask the audience, and when you get to the 500,000, you get ask an expert. Now, guys, what would you like to do? Because you remember the bit about the double dip. You can either use the double dip for later, but if we do, we get rid of the 10 million milestone. If you don't want the double dip for any game, we'll keep the 10 million milestone. So, what do you guys think you should do?
Let's see. What should we do? Joe, what should we do?
Me versus you on it.
No, man, we're talking about the double dip lifeline because it's about the milestone. Because if you want the double dip, we have to get rid of the 10 million milestone. But if you say no double dip, we'll keep the 10 milestone. So what do you want to do? Do you want a yes or a no?
Yes.
Wait. Have you asked us a question?
Well, we will in a minute, but we just because this is our new game and our new fast track to the billion. Because this is getting even tougher. This was because this is our last show. Because we always say they're only easy if you know the answer. But the double dip lifeline we're on about. Because if you say you want the double dip, but only for later, we have to get rid of the 10 million milestone, and it's going to be twice as hard it is. But if you say no double dip, we'll keep the 10 million milestone. Because you both have to work as a team. So what do you think you guys should do?
Can we go on?
Yeah, but what do you...
Fine.
Okay, I'll double dip
Keep the double dip.
So, what are you going to do? You're going to use the double dip lifeline for later, or do you not want to use it for any question?
I'll use it for later.
Later.
Yeah, we'll joke it later.
Okay, so activate the double dip. Okay, now the 10 million milestone is gone. So, but before we start the game, if you'd like to join us for the game, like all these guys did, but just before we say there are no competitions for this game because lines are closed now and no entry. Well, we didn't have any, competition or anything, so no, the lines are closed now. So, but we do appreciate those. But before back to basics, if you want to still join us, just like Harry Boy. Go to Harry Boy's channel to add him as a friend or send a message. And part for that, there's a new way of our videos. There is. Instead of saying Harry's video on harryboy.co.uk, you could go to vingo.com/harryboy. Or if it's the same old thing, play Call of Duty or talk about Millionaire, just add Harry Boy as a friend, and you can even join the conversation at facebook.com/harryboy. Go to the website youtube.com/harryboy. Right, I think we're gonna roll with that. Let's get on with the game, guys. 10 questions, 1 million points, and you got all your lifelines.
Let's go now, bye.
So guys, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Audience, are you ready? I guess we're all ready. We're all ready. Let's play. Who wants to be a billionaire? Here we go. This is going to be a great party tonight. So, I will read the question. There's no time limit on this show. The first question is worth 100,000 points. The two, you both have to agree on your final answers, okay? Now, when you get to the 500,000, you get ask an expert. Right, question number 1 is worth 100,000 points. Here comes the question. Quack is a name given to an unqualified person claiming to be particularly knowledgeable in which field? Medicine, law, architecture, politics.
What's question again?
The question, quack, is a name given to an unqualified person claiming to be particularly knowledgeable in which field? Medicine, law, architecture, politics.
Quack. What, like, that?
Yeah, quack is a name given to an unqualified person claiming to be particularly knowledgeable in which field? Medicine, law, architecture, politics.
Medicine.
The medicine.
Is that your final answer?
One answer.
Yes.
I'm terribly pleased with you guys. It's the right answer. You got 100,000 points. good start, guys. Now, you got 100,000 points. Okay? Now, just have to warn you guys, now, if you're only 2 questions away from 500,000 points, question number 2 is worth 250,000 points. You still got all your lifelines if you need them. But, here's the question, here it is. In EastEnders, who plays Pauline Fowler? You should know this, guys. In EastEnders, who plays Pauline Fowler? What do you want to see come up on the? What do you want to see come up on the screen?
Yeah, Joe, we don't see it come up.
Well, let's just see what the options. Ross Kemp, Wendy Richard, Barbara Windsor, or Sonic the Hedgehog? What was that noise, Ben?
It wouldn't be Sonic the Hedgehog.
What would you think he would do when Pauline Fowler?
Options again.
Hang on, let me read the view. In EastEnders, who plays Pauline Fowler? Ross Kemp, Wendy Richard. Oh god, what was the other one again? Oh god, oh no, I've lost the options. Oh yeah, Ross Kemp, Wendy Richard, Barbara Windsor, or Sonic the Hedgehog.
I say it might be Barbara Windsor.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but let me see.
Not Ross Kemp. No, that. I think.
Don't forget you got lifelines, they're there to help you.
Wendy Richard. Wendy Richard.
Hey, Wendy Richard then.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
Yeah.
Not Sonic the Hedgehog.
No.
Final answer, Wendy Richard.
Yeah.
Final answer?
That's my fault. Yes.
It's the right answer, got 250 points. 250,000 points, well done. Right, last point you would go with nothing. I'm sure that will not happen in a million years' time. But the next question, question number 3, is worth a guaranteed 500,000 points. Here comes the question. With which animals was Barbara Woodhouse particularly associated on TV during the 1980s? Dogs, snakes, dolphins, gorillas.
What's the question again?
The question is, with which animals was Barbara Woodhouse particularly associated on TV during the 1980s? Dogs, snakes, dolphins, gorillas.
It might be dolphins.
Dogs.
Well, Joe thinks it's dogs. What do you think, Ben?
Dolphins.
No, Ben, dogs.
Okay, dogs then.
I know this.
You have to agree on your final answer, you two.
Okay, dogs then. Final answer.
Final answer?
Dogs, yeah. Dogs.
You said dogs. It's the right answer. You got 500,000 points. Now, you got 500,000 points guaranteed, that's good. What would you do, guys, if you won the billion points again, like Joe nearly did on last week's show?
Get a big, massive house, scream loudly like a big girl. When they get back to school, I'll probably punch them in the face for no complete reason at all.
Right.
And I will also get a hot girlfriend.
Woo! Too bad like Harriet, because not Harriet's type, isn't it? But Ben's already got one, haven't you, Ben?
Yeah, you just said her name.
Yeah.
Harriet's like a sister to me. Harriet's like a sister to me.
Well, aren't you the lucky one?
I already have a girl. They already have a girl. They're just trying to get a girlfriend at the moment.
No. Anyway.
Yeah, so... Right, so now the guys are on 500,000 points. The good news, they've not touched the lifeline, and now they've earned another lifeline. They've got Ask an Expert, which means any of our expert on Skype, like when we had Andrew Marmo, we only had to read the question and give them 30 seconds, but we don't know who might come online. But we're gonna find out after the break. But so you guys, you're gonna have a cup of tea and a ginger nut, and me.
Okay.
We'll be back in part 2. So join us in the second part of tonight of our last episode of Who Wants to Be a Billionaire's Party. Well, party edition. So see you after the break. Don't go away.
See ya.
Bye.